So is his Cassiopeia.
I assume the Cassiopeia, and I assume they're playing around like Shen, Talia, and having Talia up against the Camille, even though obviously we don't expect Camille to lane a ton. Both junglers having a decent amount of information on each other, and they'll assume that Gideon just recalled since there weren't any camps up for him to take.
Oh, Teddy, Arcane shifting forward, Doc Arms burning down, one more tick, and there he goes! Before he gets out of there, but good flash to be taken here by the DN Supers.
Oh, now looking for the Raptors here. It's a good Glacial Storm to slow them down.
Yeah, Gideon will be able to get the big Raptor, and then gets the knock-up. Petrifying Gaze comes down onto 2. Crescent Guard to try and keep them alive. Peter getting taken down so low as Roma locks down the kill. Gideon looking worse for wear, but the DN Supers, they cannot answer the teleport. Casting comes in and says, break it up. 3v3, they're eyeing each other off like an ARAM with 4 AFKs.
Salvo does now have the ultimate and has flash. Oh, big
that's amazing from Clozer. He is still taking a lot of damage, but down goes the Xin Zhao, and Shovel gets a kick flash. Roma just gonna get scrambled here in this mid lane, and the DN Supers come alive and equal out the kill score.
Clozer so far. DN Supers came out ahead.
Yep.
HANJIN BRION have started the dragon. They should be able to pick this up. Will DNS be able to get any exit kills is the question.
Oh, as the Hex Deck sweep, Shovel is going to land the Q. Hookshot comes down. They do just manage to stun out Clozer, but Peter grabs the kill onto Gideon. He's dead yet again as Teddy forced to flash to get out of the way of that seismic shove. Missing a few buttons here as they get engaged on, and Teddy will be taken down as well. It's 5-2. The DN Supers have a gold lead for the DN Supers. They're having a great time.
Yep, and notably, gold leads across the board, not focused on a one person.
Oh dear. I believe Namgung is dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so I feel like the Ezreal in this situation feels very comfortable into
this
DN.
For the DN Supers just recently, that has only increased as Gideon just deal here for the bros.
Big spike, you can definitely look to carry with.
All right, there's the Petrifying Gaze. Casting is going to be flashing away. Peter making his way over. All right, going to need to be creative use of this equalizer as at least these minions are going to go down. Still, it's a very comfortable dive. And Peter happily tanks that one up. Nice pick here for the DN Supers. Moving crude since we started the conversation.
Yeah, I do think he just hit Doc down there with the amount of stacks he quickly got. Now they're looking again for casting.
Oh man, doesn't have equalizer this time as there's the taunt flash from Peter. And nothing this Rumble could do. The DN Supers are playing so proactively.
Yeah, they're just being ruthless, finding these angles to punish casting, and really, what is happening on the rest of the map? Gideon is farming his Grom, Teddy is farming mid, just like they're
everywhere here for the DN Supers. As finally, I mean, the bros are able to get some vision down in this part of the river, but the Drake is already going to be taken. Dash Cannon used there nicely by Roma. As Teddy does have the transformation now, but it doesn't help them with this Drake whatsoever. And that wasn't great. Still, the Baron is going to get started up here, spotted by the bros. Gideon's trying to move over. Oh, tried to get over the wall there. Very, very cute stuff. Does have flash. He just waits it out, tries to flash in, and it doesn't work. Finally, the Crescent Guard is going to be used, though. The equalizer goes down. Pretty good positioning as the wall comes in as well. Gideon knocks up Shovel, or tries to, but Shovel just gets himself out. And Namgung, he is really dead. Nice stun here from Roma. But the bros are just bleeding players, and the Baron is already there on the DN Supers.
Already secured the objective, and bro just not able to turn anything around from that point onwards. They will get some damage onto this mid lane tower, but it's a very small consolation prize. TP coming in.
Wow.
The Cassiopeia, this is a crazy angle.
This is kind of mental. All right, well, he is just kind of getting burnt down. He has a Shen with him. Roma trying to survive. He does have egg. It's Gideon. Can you protect this egg here? And the answer is no. Shovel gets in there, casting, taking so much damage. He flashes to try and kill Clozer, but then just gets shoved back. And the DN Supers, I do not think they're throwing this one away. As Teddy trying to dance around the battlefield, but it is just not working. They are not playing his song today, as Namgung might be able to kill Peter with Teddy's help, but it's not going to help the game. And DuDu just having the best time on this Yorick.
Clozer just went for such a crazy play. Managed to make it work. And it kind of makes sense, right, with the Shen shield on top, the Locket, the Seraphs, the Rocket Belt, the Roa. He is pretty bulky, but you don't expect the enemy mid lane mage to TP behind 3 people and make it out.
We'll just have to hold for the moment. That's all right. First inhibitor turret under fire towards this bottom side as DuDu going to get taken down here pretty short, as the equalizer was there. True Shot Barrage does not snipe it, as now Sharple's in a lot of trouble. Into the Hex Deck Ultimatum, and now down to the GA. Oh no, Orcs, tell me it's not so, as the miasma comes in. Clozer was walled off though, just could not get any damage down.
Just one kill, okay? They haven't thrown it yet. In fact, it's dipped under 10,000.
Yeah, because it's a gaze, just looks at them.
Oh, well, the gaze specifically, but also like the...
Why does she have to shriek like that?
I don't know. Emphasis?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's just for vibes. It's all right.
Maybe she tried it silently and it just didn't have
It just didn't feel the same. It didn't have the same oomph.
Yeah.
And I guess if you do turn off the sound of your PC, then it won't make any sound. It's all right. Oh no, they're getting closed in on here. But GIDEON is going to turn it onto DuDu. He's taken a lot of damage and will be taken out first. The Maiden dead as well. As now Peter caught out. Oh no, the DN Soopers just messed up the timing. And now two of them are dead.
Team who only exists when we say, oh, well, the game's probably done now. And they just slide on in.
Yeah.
Once per minute is what
well, he does have it. And the Baron has been started. There is vision there for the bros. They know this is going on. Let's see whether GIDEON can make this one happen. Needs to get over this wall, but he doesn't have the flash. So the Baron will be secured. The question is, can they win a fight? As the Maiden gets a little bit confused, but will not be going down or anything like that. Teddy back over to this mid lane and will be able to lock that one down.
I love the setup from the DN Soopers. The fact that they...
24 seconds on this Drake.
They might not... Well, there is wards behind to TP, but no TP is available, actually. Oh, Clozer gets caught here.
Oh, it's so dangerous. He spots them. Okay. That was looking worrisome. Okay, Drake, 10 seconds time. Wind does become lightning, but now the fight is breaking out towards the top side. Crescent Guard very early in this fight as Petrifying Gaze, not a massive amount of value, but Namgo is still going down. In they will go, decent double knockup, but my god, the damage! The Yorick picks up 3 already, and I don't think Teddy has the DPS for this. Casting's equalizer doesn't do much of anything at all because 3 of them just kind of died before any fight had a chance to start.
HANJIN BRION was so far.
Oh, that was a bit cute. Teddy able to arcane shift before Sharple made his way in though. These health bars are getting low. He's back again. Gets underneath these Nexus turrets and does go down to his GA. Teddy will be able to help push him away. But there goes the inhibitor, and the DN Soopers, they want to win it right here, right now. There is a fair bit of damage available out of the bros, but the shove onto the Rumble, and he'll be taken down. Now they just need to focus these turrets, and the DN Soopers have just kept their hopes for play-ins alive.
Really assist from the outside.
Yeah, what do? You don't anchor the wall.
Yeah. Sivir comes through for the DN Soopers. More movement speed to dive in. The spell shield has a good amount of value.
Magic Pen. Feeling brilliant. As GIDEON going to be looking for some more of these daggers. Clozer's moving in, and this Doggo's looking a little worse for wear. Trying to get out of the way of Clozer, who just gets the ulti down. That is a very dead Nefiri, and a great start here for the DN Soopers.
Avoid, circumvent anything the Jarvan does, but I don't think GIDEON expected him to just jump on top of him immediately. And the end result is a kill that will be translated into Dragon. Now, top lane, DuDu in a bit of trouble, but should be able to make his way out of this one.
Yeah, going hyper against DuDu here momentarily, but DuDu will be able very soon.
This is so hard to live. I think he might just be a little bit cooked here.
Yep, ulti is going to get GIDEON in. DuDu just trying to ult his way out, won't be able to do so. There's the flash now, and just walloped to death. Casting able to lock that one down. Wave is right there, so they don't need to worry about the turret aggro. Really nice kill back for the Bros, so it's pretty scary. And they are just going to give up this second dragon and look to try and kill DuDu again, and they should be successful here. He does get underneath his turret, though, and this time there is no wave, as it is now finally conga lining over. And now, I mean, there is no ultimate, I guess, but there's no ultimate from DuDu either. That's going to miss. Dark and Daggers land, and GIDEON able to lock down that kill in trade for this dragon.
And DuDu really suffering right now. HANJIN BRION consistently putting the attention towards his top lane.
Oh, another ulti forward from Clozer. Finds the electrocution and down goes the Annie solo kill for Clozer in the mid lane.
He just hits everything onto him. He didn't even need the second use of his ultimate.
Right, well, this is to try and get some of that dopamine back that they missed out on by Dr. Arm living. They're just going to kill DuDu for a third time as, oh, okay, Clozer just going to kill Roma for the second time here on the top side. He doesn't need any friends to get that one done as DuDu's flashing away. He's even going to survive. That's all right. Looks like the Bros might be able to get themselves their first dragon, but a Battle Herald is going to come down. The attempted steal comes in from Shabel, doesn't quite get there, does use Shelly in order to escape though. And the Bros, they have no interest in a fight. They're just going to take themselves the dragon and look to try and get out, but there is a knock-up onto Namgung. They take down the turret, and now Namgung's in a lot of trouble. It looks like Gideon is going to be the target here for Clozer. They're going to have to settle for the Nautilus as the Neferi was untargetable. All right, there's a flag and drag. Flash Cataclysm to come on through there for Shabel. And down will go Doctom because he is a billion miles away from his teammates. Clozer going to be able to get a charge here as Roma is there to grab the kill onto Shelly. The DN Soopers just gone 1-for-1, I believe. And the Bros actually... I mean, Teddy has about a 500 gold lead, I think largely to do with plates and things like that. As DuDu does get himself the shield to avoid any sort of boulder toss damage. And there's a nice knock-up here from Shabel. Does get a nice stun into the wall there as he flashes out of the way of the public execution, but the rest of the DN Soopers are coming down. There is the knock-up onto Casting, and he is mincemeat. DuDu gets his revenge.
Good play there, good setup from Shabel.
Different between these two teams, even though there's a 3,000 gold lead for Clozer. Oh god, Roma is just dead again, isn't he? There's the perfect execution. Tibbers goes down, but he's just dead. The third solo kill in a row here for Clozer.
And that's the thing, you misplay earlier on in the game, you get solo killed, and it's just making it easier and easier.
Yeah, Roma does have that stun prep. Let's see who he's actually going to be able to get on top of, though. As DuDu looking for a flank angle, Clozer doing exactly the same thing. A bit of a pincer move here for the DN Soopers, as Gideon not able to get the steal. And it looks like the Bros want none of this. Clozer is spotted on the side of the fight as Roma will find the bear onto him. There's the ulti from Gideon. They really want to take down Clozer, but there is no hope in the world to kill this guy. I mean, he's still got his dash cannon, his arm guard. He was always going to be fine.
Still had flash. Didn't even use the ult either. Also, the Yanara's damage available to the ult. Oh, they're looking though now.
Yeah, Shabel trying to find an angle here as Teddy does flash to get out of the way, but he is still going to die. Gideon having to go up into the sky here as Roma trying to offer some damage back, but the wild growth onto Shabel will keep him very, very healthy. And the Bros just lose their 80 carry, and DuDu just having a field day here in this bottom lane. Casting coming on over to try and save his inner turret. He might be able to do so, but the teleport out from DuDu will get him all the way over towards this Baron that has already been started by the DN Soopers. They are keeping the pace up here in this game beautifully, and Clozer should be able to zone them all away. He's so scary. Shroud is going to dissipate at least for the moment as they're looking for the turn. Doctom at full health, as Teddy is still dead for another 10 seconds time. This turn does come through. Shabel holds onto the turret aggro though, as Clozer was looking it back. The ulti comes in from Gideon, and Clozer does have to break his arm guard. The Baron is going to get turned off, but there's a shutdown going over to Gideon. And now Shabel trying to get on top of Roma, but the blast cone gets him out. Namgung into the backline. I'm not entirely sure about this, but Roma will be able to shut down the job. And there goes Doctom, and it ain't over for the Bros until it's over, ladies and gentlemen.
They find the angle back. Gets spotted out, and his ult is actually back up and available, but he doesn't get a chance to use it. Shabel goes in to save it. We're fighting again.
We are fighting again. DuDu is in so much trouble. Just going to get ulted on here by Gideon. He will find the Dark and Daggers, as now Casting is looking for Clozer in the backline, but the resets come through. Gideon is gigantic. He dives on top. He goes down to the GA, and he kills the Akali again. Oh my god, this came like Clozer was the main character and now he's died twice! What is this, Dragon Ball Z?
I have to say it. This is the same team they were 2 days ago.
Oh no!
DNS, everything was going in favor of them in this game and it's all just fallen apart. Bro have locked in.
They have. Bro realize that they're professionals. They don't care about the homework. This is their job. And they are generous in game 1. But you will not get their generosity.
Wow, who's this cool new tall teacher? Wait, what's this rock band?
Yeah. All right, Roma's going to get cataclysmed here as the public execution does come down. The Tibbers trying to get some work done, but it's a successful pickoff. Meanwhile, inner turret does fall down on the bottom side of the map, but the DN Soopers is able to
see the dragon go down.
Oh, 7 elemental drakes though.
And it's Cloud Soul.
And do you know what the best part about that is? That means this game is going to go for much longer. Oh, never mind! Casting finding a gorgeous angle here. We'll be able to gnar a couple of them back. One of them's DuDu though. Clozer gets into the backline. Teddy flashes out of the way. Cataclysm's there, but he dashes out of it. And Shovel taken down to the GA. Teddy ticking down, but will be able to survive for the moment. And these health bars are disintegrating. Man, Tibbers, a pretty extraordinary sixth man here in this game. But DNS do claim control of mid, and no one's dead. How is no one dead?
When you see Clozer going in, put so much damage on the Teddy before the peel comes through, and then the ricochets to start shredding everyone here. Dr. now with this IE is such a major threat.
Oh, you saw Teddy as soon as those ricochets started to come through. It's like, nah, I'm out. There is no way. The Bros will be able to find a Baron and also chain CC Clozer here. So he is very dead. Casting locks down the kill, and maybe the game's just over because Shovel doesn't have a GA. Dom gets into the Cataclysm to self-counter himself as the Sivir, but now it's DuDu. He's trying to have a go of it as the polymorph comes through. Teddy is taken out, but there are more carries than just this Yunara on the Bros, and Peter is not going to be able to stop this game from going to game 3.
It's just Peter left. He cannot do enough. HANJIN BRION find the final team fight to end the game with a bit of madness, a bit of chaos, but DNS did not get their homework in on time.
And do you know what? I feel like we haven't been treated to the true Fries Group experience until right now. Yeah. This is exactly what we wanted. No one picking up a soul and making it. All right, it's going to be Zehen instead, and I think that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Meaning that the Olaf runs at you, and then you stack up your passive, and then you
I'm going just pretending not to know. He's like, oh, I'm scared of the rush. No, he's not.
Well, there's the flash in from GIDEON. They are not messing around here. No rebuttal for you, good sir. And
a lot of damage. I think ultimately the fact that level 6 spike came in from Roma, you're able to circumvent it. Yes, flash spin, it's not ideal, but you don't die.
Oh, I think they got wind of what was going to happen here, but the flash from Shovel will get on top of Teddy. Peacemaker comes down, but the barrier! Oh, Shovel's able to lock it up in the end. Recently as yesterday, I'm pretty sure. As Casting now, very far up, does have to be careful here as Shovel makes his way in. Casting does have that passive charged. And let's see whether DuDu is going to be able to get him down to that passive, as there's the ulti to avoid the impale. Shovel in a lot of trouble. Now the Ragnarok does come on in as shows up and blows them up. DuDu is standing his ground, does need to be a little careful here as Casting trying to run away. There is an Ahri moving up though. Oh, that was cute from Casting with a little bit of a sidestep. Q comes down and DuDu exists. As Roma is going to get the rebuttal, and the charm does then follow, but doesn't
down. And then Roma turns up, but not able to find anything there. Oh,
whoa! Okay, they will be able to find Clozer this time. Even a deadly flourish comes down. Now I'm going hit by his own Q, but that is not the one you wanted to rebut. And GIDEON going to be able to put. Does have a first one at least.
Roma's here.
Oh dear, they're not out of the woods just yet. There's the Spirit Rushes. Now Peter is going to be their first target. Orb Inception will help GIDEON lock that one down. Teleport in for the Mel as the rest of the...
having the Ghost and ult. Casting doesn't have the passive.
Oh, yeah, DuDu. Casting may not even have his life as there is the ulti. Casting just puts him down. Never mind. Don't doubt the hail of blades, Zehen. And he will cut down DuDu where he stands. And now the Bros feeling a whole lot better, not having to worry about this Olaf for another 25 seconds. His teleport is available, but so is Casting's. And he can just freely push in this top lane as well. So much control now over to the Bros.
And to be honest, even...
Yeah, Roma, though, is now on a bit of a flank angle, moving over towards DNS. GIDEON not going to be able to steal this Drake away, but there are 4 members of DNS in an awkward spot. Now the Spirit Rush comes down. Good charm onto Shovel as in they go onto the other side of the fight as well. Shovel drives his way out, finds the Impale onto the Pantheon, and now Casting makes his way in. Down he will go as there is the kill onto the Scorpion. Teddy locks that one up, but they do take out the Ahri. It's a 2 for 2 in the end with the Drake over to DNS. Zehen's pretty happy with an Ocean Soul as well.
Yeah.
Shovel wanting to find Teddy once again. He doesn't have his flash available, and now he doesn't have his life. Pop he goes. Heart steal action there for Shovel to help take down the Jin.
See that DuDu pushing in this bot lane. Going to be able to walk over in the fog of war.
Oh, Peter going to get snared here. And not going to have to worry about the W out of Namgung.
They just have the honey fruit as well. Sin. Oh,
Good charm. Foxfire will get Roma out of the Tempered Fate. Shovel just getting walked around here just a little.
I think Ari, not the easiest target to hit with the Tempered Fate, but I guess was maybe trying to force the ultimate out of Roma.
Yep, ace in the hole. Gonna soften up this Karma for a bit.
I love how they're utilizing the poke champions of Skarner and Olaf, throwing things at them.
Casting trying to find an angle here as Clozer gets tagged once again. The Rift Trail does come on down, but they're looking for the fight instead. GIDEON going to be walking up immediately, decides not to dive in. As Clozer not quite finding the buttons, does take the magical journey to get himself out. And that turret does end up falling down.
This is fine though for DNS. They got the Ari ult and were able to disengage, so Roma's much weaker now in this fight.
Now, a lot of these control wards being taken down. The Bros, oh, the flash in on top of Clozer, but Casting will not be able to finish him off. The trap's going to get eaten. Flash out from Teddy as the charm connects onto Shovel. His health bar is massive. The Olaf getting zoned by Casting. And there is the Drake over to DNS. They'll take the Pantheon as well. And there's that reckless swing from DuDu. Roma takes it down for the double as he walks it off in the end. The curtains are getting called here for Teddy, but Casting goes down in the interim, and he's the last man standing. It looks like DNS SOOPers with a 2,000 gold lead before this Baron goes down. And they... Okay, there. Level 16 now for the Olaf as well. Now the Bros thinking about going for a bit of an angle here as we're blast coning in. Let's see whether Doctarm can stay alive. It's a magical journey drive-by. Not sure about that one. Clozer, though, is going to be the target here as it's a very split fight. And Clozer wins the 1 versus 2. Roma might be able to take him out as Teddy is there for that bullet. And now the curtains getting called. Down will go Casting, but the snipe comes in for the Jhin. Still a 2 for 2. I just don't know whether that's good enough for the Bros.
But DNS really just need to calm this down. They had the Baron in pocket. They want to push with it, but now the push has kind of been deflated.
Oh, that's a good point. Removing the Barons. I kind of
feel to take this tower and get a bit more gold in pocket. That was a crazy. Not a ton of wave clear there to help out.
Yeah, so Roma is just trying to get some money here towards the bottom side. Kind of surprised the bounties aren't up. It is close to a 4,000 gold lead, but I think maybe just not enough time of this level of advantage. The Baron will dissipate in 1 second. 2,000 on the Rebel Baron power play. Not going to heal up that much for the next little while because he's got a Mortal Reminder. Yeah, that's about it. Ace in the hole going to connect onto Namgung here as Teddy does find a shot onto DuDu, and he just kind of shakes it off.
It's such good vision control setup here from DNS. All these control wards down, marking out the area. Bro have to face check, and Namgung walking up there. Not the one you want to do so. This is a hand TPing into a trap.
Yeah, and Teddy is just walking towards the bad guys. Casting is going to be all right as Roma gets into the back of this pit. He flashes. He gets on top of Doctarm. The steal away on the Drake will deny the soul. Tempered Fate to buy some time, but there is the ulti forward. They take down Doctarm, and there is the curtain call as well. The last bullet being held doesn't find the target. DuDu's going to be dead, and Casting's crazy teleport may have actually kept the Bros in the game.
DuDu's just got to run and buy time. I don't think they could end anyway, but things not going good for DNS on the back of that play.
Oh, skewers him like a kebab. And there is another one. In fact, there's a lot of spears between those two.
I need to try and approach.
Infinity Edge has been picked up by Teddy here as well. Casting should be able to get into the back of the pit here. They get the information as they'll lose out on the Dragon. The charm is going to connect here from Roma, though, as they look for the angle towards the Olaf. He cannot find an inroad, unfortunately, as they'll take a magical journey to try and escape. But you can see they're ushered around by this nine-tailed fox. It looks like Roma will let them escape for the moment, but not. And the DN SOOPers, I don't know whether they're going to be contested on this one. I mean, GIDEON can just press his ultimate button, but they had no information. All right, Casting will be able to clear out this wave.
You know what's great? I know I shouldn't, it's too early. I shouldn't speak, but they have a lead, they have the Baron, they have the Soul. We could be on the cusp of a DNS POM interview.
Oh my goodness!
So long!
Wait, who gets the vote?
Oh, that's the trick.
No, we can't. No.
Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we won't put that into the ether. That's
I really hope they're not thinking about it. Like, stay locked in, guys.
Yeah. Like Clozer's busy trying to work out what he's going to say. All right, DuDu comes on over towards this mid lane inhibitor turret. Another ace in the hole is going to fly towards Roma, who gets an Inspire Shield to help eat it. And DNS, I like the reserved play. Namgung once again, another Mantra Q thrown back in his face. But slowly but surely, they're getting through this one. I mean, Doctom is on Caitlyn. Fantastic sieging champion. You do not need to commit to any sort of fight when she's standing in front of a turret. The pressure is on your opponent to make that happen.
And Shovel just keeps throwing rocks at them to proc the Ocean Soul and healing up. It's so convenient. Really helping out the sustain and the siege. Even with the mana as well, the mana regen goes a long way.
All right. Betty just trying to throw some poke around and it's not doing anything.
They're so close. Magical journey down towards the bot lane.
There we go. Just
they gotta get
their own
inhib.
Magical base gate.
You know how few inhibitors this team has killed? They wanna relish this. Wanna get all of them. Oh no, DuDu.
All right. Teddy just can't find enough range.
Oh, they're going.
Yeah, they're trying to get all of them. All right, in goes Gideon, finds Paul with the ulti, but right into the backline. He's just taking so much damage, caught by a trap, and then should be taken down to the GA. The Impale is only onto casting, though he uses it to close the distance into the backline. Doctom keeps himself alive, though, and into the passive goes casting. Shovel tanking up for about 15 years as the final bullet will be enough to take him down. But now it's DNS that are taking that front foot forward, looking to try and get on top of the Bros. They've taken out the front line, and they should be able to demolish this base.
They should be able to get it. They're sustaining up with the Ocean Soul. It's 4v3 and the minions pushing in. Super minions in mid. This might be it.
As it turns out, no one defeats the DN Soopers 19 times in a row. They'll take down the Nexus turret.
The Nexus! Get the Nexus!
Oh, never mind. It's
get the Nexus!
They can't kill it. Clozer! Oh! And the game stays alive. Oh, God, talk about eulogizing too early.
Oh, no. I hope I'm not going to regret saying that. This should be it. Come on, guys.
Well, here's the engage. They've got Elder now. Quickly, let's get to the back line. Gideon's going to get eaten by a dragon.
He's going.
And DuDu is running for the Nexus. The DN Soopers couldn't do it the first push, but by Jove, they'll do it this one. And DuDu takes it down